So the best way to illustrate or explain the mind, body, soul, spirit integration and how each affects one another and the healing of each is to use my own life as an example. As with many people, I had a challenging childhood. I'm beginning to think it might just be part of our hero's journey to have that. I ended up having a mother with some of her own mental illness issues, and a father who left when I was 5, divorced, and then I had a stepfather who sexually abused me through my childhood. So I had a lot of issues. And these issues initially really affected me and my attachment system, my nervous system. I had a lot of trauma that pre-verbal, that happened, that's in my body. So it may not be all in my memory, it's in my body. I hold it in my body. The body holds memory, cellular memory, pre-verbal memory. And then, of course, there is a lot of this that is probably in my subconscious as well. It's there. It's my frontal lobe hasn't fully developed when I'm 4, 5, 6, and yet I have memory of this. I have trauma of this that also gets lodged in my subconscious. So there it is. It's in my subconscious. It's in my physical body. And then I've got this emotional body, and so for myself, in order to cope with a lot of this, I learned how to dissociate. I learned to go out of my body, so I was no longer in my body. And so my emotions were, I was in fight or flight a lot, very hyper vigilant. I didn't trust. I wasn't able to be open. I wasn't able to connect with other people as easily. So it's affecting this. And then all of a sudden, as I'm getting older, all of this is informing, unbeknownst to my conscious mind, choices I'm making. Partners I choose, the types of work that I do or don't do, the interactions I'm going to have. It's all getting informed by this, and it's more about staying safe, being protected, not getting hurt, And by doing this, I'm keeping my heart, kind of protected, but I'm also creating a prison. And so this essence of me, the part of me, that free part, that soul, that authentic part of myself that knows no limits is now caught. It's in this prison too. So the ability to connect in with joy, purpose, what I'm here to do, even to ask those questions. It's so buried, that the soul part, that essence part has gotten to be so protected that I no longer feel like I have access to it. So it's a soul sickness in a way. It's a soul loss that can be brought back, but I don't have access to it. And then later I learned about this energy field we have. It's this amazing blueprint that is interfacing with my system. So it's interfacing with my nervous system and my body, and it's kind of receiving information. And yet if I'm so caught here, I'm not really allowing in new information. I'm just staying caught in this, and it ends up becoming like another wall, another prison. So I've got these layers that are protecting me and yet are also keeping me stuck. And then of course that doesn't feel good. It's not our natural state to be stuck. It's just not what we're here to be. We're expansive beings, and because that feels so badly, and I'm feeling more and more depressed and more shut down and more not accessible to life force energy, I need to do something to cope. In my life I've had eating disorders, off and on throughout my life in different iterations. I've certainly used different substances, but I've also been an overachiever, a perfectionist. I've gotten lost in my relationships, given a lot of power away. I've done a lot of things to soothe and numb that feeling. So all of a sudden I've got these coping strategies that are meant to soothe and yet really just keep me in that prison even more, keep me more alone and more isolated. So when it's time to heal, and I was the moment in my life to be able to do it, my wake-up call came. In order to dismantle all of this and to start becoming healed and whole and connected again, I can't just work with my mind, because I've got this body that's holding on to things. I've got this energy field that's kind of acting as a a barrier, to not let things in. I've got all these coping strategies that have created a life of their own that I need to deal with. I've got this nervous system. I'm in fight or flight all the time. So, and I'm clearly not eating really well, not taking good care of myself. So I've got some real practical things going on as well. So to just go into a therapist office isn't going to do a whole lot because I have these other pieces. I need to feel safe. I need to be eating well. I need to be reconnecting with my body so it feels like a safe place to inhabit. I need to be working with my nervous system, the fight or flight. I need somebody who understands about energy medicine so that they can help me go in that direction. And I need soul practitioners. I need people to get it, that I have a soul. There is more to me than what is being seen right now. I need someone that can hold a vision of who I am, even when I can't see it, that can still see that light in me, to hold that until I'm safe enough to come back and reconnect with it. So we have to take an integrative approach because our trauma is an integrative experience. Our pain and our addiction, it's integrative. It's not just confined to the mind or the body or what we're doing in our life. It's an integrative experience. It took an integrative pieces to get there. Therefore, we have to have an integrative, holistic approach in order to unwind, create this beautiful container so that we can really step into our power and our life again.